dude, I mean, Trump coming on here and her refusing to, this is, I mean, dude, you kind of put Donald Trump in the White House. Like, this is amazing.
Settle down. People are listening.
Everyone's thinking it.
Well, for sure, him getting to be himself and just have a conversation with someone who's not being hostile.
Yeah.
You know, and I did ask him questions that I wanted answers to, like this proof that he lost in 2020. He did not provide me with that. And I've said, and we talked about it in depth yesterday, that if I was accused of election denying, which election denial, it's like there's Holocaust deniers, number one, and then there's maybe a vaccine denier and election denier. Election denier is probably a little higher than vaccine denier. You could be a kook and a vaccine denier but still believe that Donald Trump lost the election. But election denier, you're cast out of the kingdom. But election denier, you're cast out of the kingdom. You're cast out of the kingdom. You're cast out of the kingdom.
That part.
Democracy is a political structure in which people directly exercise power or elect members from among themselves to represent the people.
You're cast out of the kingdom.
Without a free and fair election, there is no kingdom.
Just a reminder that voter fraud is real and widespread. This video comes from the Arizona Audit Report presentation. It got lots of views, but so long the damning evidence was lost in the sauce.
What we are looking at are actual scanned mail-in ballots for the Arizona 2020 election.
So the mail-in ballots would come in, get verified by an election worker. By checking the signatures, address, etc., then the ballots are stamped, making it officially counted and their vote casted.
How can a human-verified stamping exist behind a pre-printed ballot signature box?
Only way possible would be the ballot being stamped before the ballot was printed, which is impossible.
As the signature box also removes a portion of the stamping.
This is the stamp an election employee approved.
They really fucked up by not showing the audience how a real ballot looks like in color instead of these scanned images.
The expert did not catch how these scanned ballots have stamps that vary in sizes.
These are not Arizona's ballots. Oddly enough, none can be found online. But here are photos of the ballots uses in Sacramento.
So imagine a signature in the box.
Then an election worker verifies that the ballot is good and stamps it approved and a vote counted.
As the stamp should always come after the ballots were printed. But these scans are showing that the stamps came before the ballots are printed and signed.
Hope this demonstrates how impossible an official stamp gets layered behind a signature box.
This, without a doubt, proves the election was stolen, and voter fraud is real. And the fraudsters responsible have resources to get a team of graphic designers to sloppily push out these fuck-ups.
But says Trump won in 2020 for there was no voter fraud?
No, bitch. Of course, there was voter fraud, but that is why Trump needed to win by a landslide.
Too big to rig. Too many voted for Trump to push the amount of the fraudulent votes. But they wanted Trump to win. But they wanted Trump to win by landslide.
Because Trump will get assassinated. But by whom? They have yet determined, as they have left plenty of crumbs from it to be a trans boy that wants to abort his fifth baby for girl power. Or the cartel Trump will wage a war on drugs. So better stock up on the party favors, y'all, but more than likely it's gonna have to involve Iran.
Trump getting got will unalive to birds with one stone.
Getting the United States into another war. And since Iran funded the trans boy with the deadly assault rifles and training to pew-pew Donnie, majority of Americans be so angry they will demand we get revenge for Trump. Since the evil AR-15 was used to unalive Trump, the majority of Americans will want the AR-15 banned for the greatest, bestest, orangest, manliest, smartest, trapped in the closet, Americanist, MAGA man.
That was just my personal prediction of what's to come. So my educated guess has nothing to do with the voter fraud proof portion of this video. That was 100.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
The only possible answer of this impossible thing to exist is voter fraud.
And let me just walk you through some of these duplicates, where the duplicates are stamped and also approved. So you see the duplicate, and here it's being stamped. Nothing on here, it's being approved. Duplicate 1, duplicate 2, this one is being approved. And again, all of these came in after November 4th. Same here, another duplicate being approved, and a blank. Here's another one, example 3. 2 duplicates, the blank being approved. Same here, 4th example. And there are many others, but these are pure blanks, and they're being approved. In fact, this is a 3-copy duplicates, where 2 are approved. So 1 voter sent in 3 copies, and 2 got approved. Another one is 3-copy duplicates, where 1 is approved. All right. The next anomaly is verified and approved in the blank signature region. So what do I mean by that? So this is blank, but the verified and approved is appearing right in the blank. Again, this is process issues which we'd love to get answers to. So same thing here. Same thing here, the verified and approved is right there. And then finally, this is an interesting anomaly where we have 2 EVBs where people have the same voter ID, same name, address, and phone number with matching signatures with 2 different voter IDs, okay? So we had to redact this, but imagine if you could see this, there's a person's name here and address, which is the same as the name and address here. Very similar matching signatures, same phone numbers, but they have 2 different voter IDs. So we repeat again, 2 different voter IDs, same name, matching signatures, as if you looked at them visually, same phone numbers. And another example here. Actually, there's 3 examples here. Another person here, we call, by the way, there's not a person called John Doe. This is a, just to protect the innocent. And this is Jane Doe, again, matching signatures, same address, same phone number, but 2 different voter IDs. Same here, 2 different voter IDs, same address, same name. We don't have a phone number here, et cetera. So we have 3 examples of that. Then finally, the last anomaly I want to show is where we saw something fascinating is where the verified and approved stamp, and you have to look at this carefully, it's occurring behind the envelope triangle. Let me explain. So if you look at this carefully, this is an image of an envelope. Here is a triangle, which is pointing people to print here. Now, you would think if it was stamped, this stamp should be over this image, but it is actually behind the triangle. All right? And you see it here again, close up here. These are all different ballots which were approved post-November 4th predominantly, where the image of the verified and approved is behind this. Now, maybe this is done for a good reason. Maybe it's an imaging technology, but typically you could, if you use Photoshop, you'd have layers, but I don't want to even accuse that, but I just want to say that it is interesting that the verified and approved is behind the envelope here, the envelope triangle. All right. So
they'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people. White collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.